colleagues, otherwise they would be here. As I understand it, we're here under false pretenses because I thought that the Pakistan Independence Day was the 14th and 15th of August. This happens to be the 28th of August, Mr. Lasharie, but if I've made a mistake, you will correct me. And also, if I'm correct, this is the 65th anniversary of independence, which now makes Pakistan a pensioner. But we're here mainly because Mushtaq is the wonderful man that he is. He was first elected a councillor in 1992 and then became the deputy mayor to Crystal Buckmaster, who's also the current mayor, in 2003-04. He left the council in 2010 and was made an honorary alderman in 2011 in recognition of the wonderful work that he did within the borough and outside the borough. We're here today also because Mushtaq is the chairman of Third World Solidarity. He has been that for many years. And a bit Churchillian. I mean, Churchill always believed that jaw was better than war. And I think this is what Mushtaq feels as well. And getting people to meet each other, to talk, to explain their differences is what he has achieved over the years and has made the place, the whole world, I think, a much happier and better place to live in. So I'll take no more of your time, but allow Mushtaq now to tell you all about the things that I didn't know about.
Tim, thank you very much. And can I ask Mayor of Redbridge to come on my right side? There is a deputy Dean of Diplomatic Corps is here, my brother Dr. Khalid Dewsaan. Can I ask him to come here? Next to the mayoress, you come next to him. You always stand with your husband or your partner or brother or mayor and mayoress. So, can I also ask Deputy Mayor of Hammersmith, former mayor, to come on this side? And there are a few other mayors and diplomats, Your Excellency. I think your brother is waiting for you to stand next to him. And today, I think, Tim, you are right. Pakistan independence was, madam, come here. Pakistan independence came on 14th of August 1947, and today we are celebrating the Independence Day of Pakistan, but we are also celebrating Eid, which was last week. And because in Muslim world there is a fasting month of Ramadan, so I didn't celebrate it on 14th of August. I just thought let people celebrate their Eid and fasting, and then we will celebrate the Pakistan Day. Second reason was, can I also congratulate you for a wonderful success of Olympians of Great Britain, the team of Great Britain. Team GB, and I'm hoping more successes will come from tomorrow on Paralympics. I'm very thankful to His Excellency Ambassador of Afghanistan, Mohammed Daoud Yar, the Ambassador of Lebanon, Her Excellency Inam, I have your name, but I know I always
I can't do that. Just moving.
I always remember the name of His Excellency, my brother Dr. Khalid Dewsaan, but sometimes it is very difficult to say the names. But I hope people don't mind. There are other diplomats: the Russian diplomat, the Indian diplomat, the Brazilian, the German, and French. I welcome you all. There are many councillors here as well, from Royal Borough of Kensington, Chelsea, and from other boroughs, including Hillington. Chaudhry Khurshid Saab, the leader of Labour Group. Leader of Labour Group, Councillor Judith Blackman here, is here. I welcome her. Russian Community's chairman is standing at the back. He is wearing white dress because we believe in peace. She is standing at the back. So there are many diverse people here, many people from Pakistani community. But I tell you why I want to celebrate 66th Independence Day of Pakistan today in Royal Borough of Kensington, Chelsea. Few years back in 2006, in 2005 there was an earthquake in Pakistan. 2006 I tried to organize a small event for fundraising in Royal Garden Hotel. And I know Martin Salter came in it, Salim came here, and Mayor of Reading is standing in front of me. They came, and when we wrote to English people here, some of the English people came back from Kensington, Chelsea, and they said, we are ready to support you, Christopher. Christopher Buckmaster is the mayor, present mayor. He was supporting me at that time. And also, can I ask Richard Walker Ahren to come here because he was the mayor when Benazir Bhutto came and spoke in the mayor chamber in 2008 of July 2000. So come here. So a letter came back and they said, we are ready to support you, Mushtaq, but we don't want to build madrasas. And that was the day that I said, I want to educate more people, bring them together, and then speak to each other. I know there are many diplomats from Pakistan High Commission here, and I hope once we have finished speaking, if there will be very brief speeches, then you can mingle around and talk to each other, and tell each other what is Pakistan, and how and why we should support Pakistan. Because Pakistan in the last 65 years has gone ups and downs. But Pakistan is a resilient nation, and it has always come out better than it was before. Yeah. And I hope that the challenges Pakistan faces today, it will come out again successfully, and we will have a better progressive Pakistan in very soon. And I hope it finishes quickly. Pakistan at present is facing many challenges, and we talk about those challenges every day. Western media, Western politicians, Eastern politicians, everybody talk about it. But today I want to talk about beautiful Pakistan. And beautiful Pakistan is visited by many Western, and Kristiane Baker is somewhere here who has written a book, and there's a lot about Pakistan, and I hope you will pick up one of the book and she will say a few words as well. That anybody who has visited Pakistan has come back with love and affection with the people of Pakistan and Pakistan. I hope you all who have not visited yet will visit Pakistan and see how loving people are and how good and hospitable Pakistan people are. The realities are not what Pakistan is and Pakistanis are perceived in the Western world. The reality is that Pakistanis are peace-loving people, Pakistanis are very hard-working people, and you can look around here how successfully they have built their lives with nothing when they came into this country, and now they are millionaire, billionaire, successful businessmen, councillors, and businessmen. So Pakistanis are very hard-working people. And I tell you, history is very long. 66 years is not a long history in a nation's life, but for Pakistan it is very long because Pakistan has faced many, many challenges during those years. But let's stand today and support the people of Pakistan to come out of this historic challenging time of put upon them by sometimes by us. And don't forget that in the 80s and 70s we were supporting these people who are called today the extremists. So let's take some blame on ourselves as well where we stand. And thank you very much once again for coming. I know that you will be listening to His Excellency Ambassador of Pakistan in a minute, but I want to ask Kristiane Baker to come, who has visited Pakistan 9 times and have written a book, say a few words on her experiences in Pakistan. Kristiane Baker.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm honored to speak to you on this special Independence Day about my beloved country, Pakistan. It has a bad rep. Everybody knows that, Pakistan. But once you actually go there, you look behind the headlines and immerse yourself in the culture, you can't help but falling in love. And this is what happened to me 20 years ago when I went there for the first time. Now, how did it all start? Actually, at a dinner party in London, where I was seated next to the former Pakistani cricket captain, who is now running for president, Imran Khan. And he had just won the World Cup for Pakistan and was about to give it all up to build a cancer hospital in Lahore, where the poor people would be treated for free. Now, that was a bit of a surprise to hear such a career decision. But why? Well, it was based on his faith, he said. The essence of Islam is to believe in God and do good deeds. Well, I was quite impressed and touched when I then saw how an army of volunteers helped him to actually build this hospital. And everybody did it out of the goodness of their hearts, spent all their time and energy and money to achieve this great hospital to help the poor people. And so that was something very touching. I learned, soon we started going out and everything else, and I learned the meaning of modesty. I turned up on our first date in a short Alaya mini dress, and he said, "Oh, can you keep on your coat all evening, please?" I said, "Why is that?" "Well, in our culture, we don't show flesh. We dress modestly. Men and women dress modestly. So ever since, I've been wearing a little bit longer than before." And so, you know, I was confronted with a very different value system, a very different attitude. But so religion wasn't rammed down my throat or rulings or anything else, but it was just this different attitude, a different kind of philosophy. He spoke to me about Sufism, the spiritual strength of the Sufis in Pakistan, who are very spiritual people, and who, he was saying to me, who through sheer spiritual strength can survive bullets in their lives, you know, and still live a happy, successful life. So I was always curious about the Sufis. And then, of course, he translated the Qawwali music, the beautiful Sufi poetry, which I'll say a few things about in a minute. But then eventually also I was invited to go to Pakistan. Now, my first trip, I just have unforgettable memories. We trekked through, I just read a small passage from my book, if you allow me. We trekked through awe-inspiring snow-capped mountains in the Karakoram mountain range, slept beneath the stars, spent time with simple people who made a greater impression on me with their warmth and their generosity, and above all their faith in God, than most of the people I'd met in the entertainment business. And remember, I was an MTV presenter interviewing rock stars for a living, the likes of Mick Jagger and, you know, all those, the greats and the glorious. And I really enjoyed the sensuous atmosphere of the East, the rich, spicy food, and the sweetest, juicy mangoes. But most of all, I was touched by the gentle, hospitable, and generous people I encountered. People who carried God in their hearts. And it was also in such a stark contrast of the entertainment world where I worked in. So during those 3 weeks, you know, we traveled to Karachi and visited the harbour. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan was blasting through the speakers. Went to the Sin Club in Karachi, built by the British in the 1860s, which unbelievably Pakistanis were not allowed to enter until independence. So it's a great independence celebration today. Really, I mean, that's something strange for me to think of. Anyway. I also paid attention how women were treated, how I as a Western woman would be treated in Pakistan. There was segregation, but I can say, hand on my heart, I have always been treated with the utmost respect. As a sister, you know, no man has ever made a pass and or treated or spoke to me in any inappropriate way, which happens all the time in the entertainment business or just, you know, where in my environment. So I was very pleasantly surprised, and I saw for the first time that you can have a lot of fun without drinking alcohol. Something else I absolutely didn't know anything about. And then we went on these amazing trekking trips to Hunza and Nagar and, you know, the mountains. And the higher we climbed up, we came across very basic very poor people who lived in very basic two-story houses made from mud. And upstairs, down were the cows and the animals, and upstairs the people would live. And this would function as a natural heating system. And as we walked into the villages, the people would come to us with shining eyes and a bismillah, offering us their dates and their apricots and everything, despite their dire poverty. And I must say, I was really, really touched. You know, it just affected me, such generosity. But then I'd like to say one last thing. We also went to Lahore, where one of Imran's friends is a descendant of the great Allama Iqbal, who inspired the independence of Pakistan. Now, you all probably know that he studied in Heidelberg. He was a great philosopher and poet and politician. But and he also had a liking for German women. I'm from Germany. Man of great taste. Now, you may not know though that this story that made me cry. He liked German women quite so much that he wanted, and he was looking for a childminder back in Pakistan after his trip to Germany. And the local people, he couldn't find anybody appropriate. And he really wanted a German woman to look after his family, his children. And eventually he found this divorced woman who was just divorced from her husband, and she worked for him for generations, even raising his own grandchildren. Eventually, when she was old, she returned to Frankfurt and was quite ill and was alone there and was missing the sunshine and the warmth of Pakistan. So once a year, the Yusuf's family invited her to Pakistan. Eventually, on one of those trips, she broke her hip. She fell down at the airport. She was very old and broke her hip. So Yusuf's brother flew immediately from Lahore to Frankfurt and literally carried her home from the hospital home to Pakistan, where she was then cared for like a family member. And this kind of compassion and warmth and generosity and love for Allah really is just affected me so deeply that, you know, that it really made me reevaluate everything and question the values that you know, that we had in the entertainment world and just generally in the West, and it just all made me think. So I must say, it's thanks to Pakistan that my heart was opened and my soul was saved in the end of the day. And a lot of Sufi poetry later, Sufi songs are often written by great masters, spiritual masters, and they've lived hundreds of years ago. They are still being sung today. And I'd like to end my declaration of love for Pakistan with a little Sufi poetry by Bulleh Shah, who lived, what, a few hundred years ago, like 200-300 years ago. He wrote, "You've learned so much and read 1,000 books. Have you ever read yourself? You've gone to the mosque and the temple. Have you ever visited your own soul? You're busy fighting Satan. Have you ever fought your own ill intentions? You have reached into the skies, but you have failed to reach what is in your heart."
Thank you very much, Kristiane. And that's why it is very important for us who are bringing up our children and our grandchildren here. And I'm very happy that my 2 grandchildren are here. Lareb and Bilal, can you come forward? Because I want to tell them what is Pakistan and how we love Pakistan while we are living in Royal Borough of Kensington, Chelsea and UK. They will meet you later on. One is 9-year-old and one is 6-year-old. Can I thank you very much, Kristiane. And as I said, her book is there and it is not being published yet. It will be published on 3rd of September. But we got 50 books here. Anybody who wants to pick it up, you can pick it up and get its signature from her as well. So can I now invite our final speaker, His Excellency, High Commissioner of Pakistan, and a great supporter of democracy.
I can't break the protocol.
Whenever I invite my brother, he says, "You have not asked me previously or before." So I always get afraid that if I invite him, he will say again. But come in. Here is Lasharie, who is only 9. And she is learning about Pakistan in Royal Borough of Kensington, Chelsea. Somewhere Bilal will come in a minute. Can I also invite now His Excellency, the Dean of Diplomatic Corps, Khalid Dewsaan, Ambassador of Kuwait, to say a few words.
Well, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't ready, for that. I was ready, that is to listen to the High Commissioner, to Councillor Mushtaq, to the beautiful author, here. But I can say, that congratulations for this important occasion, and I can reveal a secret. 2 weeks ago, I celebrated, that is my birthday. I was born on the 15th of August, 1947. Every time, talking about my birthday, and I'm talking about the beloved, subcontinent, especially, that is Pakistan. I've been following Pakistan, and since that time, and we admire their people, and we wish them, that it's happiness and progress, and they are so close to our heart. And I am glad, that the celebration is taking place in this room. I've been known in this room for 20 years, and I used to come, but I will not, disrupt your wonderful party, because as you know, Mushtaq, I have another 4 reception. So I will proceed, this is my second, but I will go to another 4. As a dean, what can I do? But I enjoyed it always, I enjoy it when I come here. And I congratulate my brother Wajid, here we're coming, ambassador of Afghanistan, where we praying and hoping, that we will see Afghanistan as it was, that glorious and wonderful countries where they produced the Mughal, they produced the civilization, that it was, and the beautiful, sister, I have ambassador of Lebanon. Mushtaq, Councillor Mushtaq, thank you very much for giving me. And the mayor, I've been known everybody here, but I will say, but congratulations. I hope, that this ceremony, will see in the future more prosperity for Pakistan, for the people, wonderful people of Afghanistan, and we admire their role here in the United Kingdom and what they achieved for their country and to their new countries. Thank you very much.
There is a small ceremony for Your Excellency. Somebody has made something special for His Excellency Wajid Shamsul. He has made an award for his services for democracy and community in United Kingdom. It is the second time. I know there are many. So bring in the award, and Mr. Mayor, you come here. Let's give award to His Excellency first, and then we will ask him to say a few words. Chaudhry Nasser Ali is from UK Chambers of Commerce. He has made a wonderful award for Your Excellency Wajid Shamsul. Chaudhry, apna Khurshid Sahab, come here, the Councillor of Hillingdon. Come here. Tall man, so you can stand. मैं आगे ये खड़ा हूँ. It's all right. Your Excellency.
I will hold it with you because this is.
Ahren, you can hold it as well.
Yeah, इधर कैमरे की तरफ please. This way. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Excellent, sir.
Thank you very much. We know His Excellency Khalid Dewsaan will go, and we will give him a big hand before he leaves. Because he's a great supporter of Pakistan. And now His Excellency Wajid Shamsul, who has been ambassador here twice. This is his second term. He's a great supporter of democracy in Pakistan. And as you know, in Pakistan today, the institutions are working, democracy is prospering, and I know that people of Pakistan are fighting against all ills which have been forced upon that nation. Here, His Excellency Wajid Shamsul.
His Excellencies, Her Excellency, His Excellency, Her Excellency is gone. Okay. Mayors, all the distinguished guests here, really, Lasharie has honored us all by inviting you on Pakistan Independence Day as well as Eid, and also to acknowledge the great success of Olympics and the British Olympians. We are proud of them, we are proud of our own country, although we did not do much, or we did not do at all in the Olympics. But we were unbeatable, I can tell you that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Independence Day function, so I will speak a little bit about independence. We got Pakistan's independence in 1947, and under a very democratic leadership, democratic and secular leadership, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Jinnah, who had envisioned Pakistan, his Pakistan, to be a secular democracy, progressive democracy with equal rights. He had guaranteed equal rights to all the communities, irrespective of the caste, creed, or color, or religion, or gender. He wanted equality for everybody. And that is the ideal. Those are the ideals that we are trying to revive now after the return of democracy in 2008. And we can say that hopefully we will achieve those goals. And inshallah, Pakistan will be a very prosperous, thriving democracy, a model, role model, not for those countries who have come about to extend democracy through the spring of democracy or Arab Spring, whatever you call it, but through real democracy that we achieved through vote, democratic struggle. We did not fight for our independence. We fought it our battles were essentially democratic. What we suffered was in the partition when the communal rights took place, we lost about 2 million people. But that was part of the whole thing. Now we are definitely in a difficult period, but again, difficulties have to be surmounted, and they need to be surmounted. And inshallah, our nation being so resilient, so dauntless and courageous that it will overcome them. We have survived as democracy despite very extremely difficult circumstances. We have established democratic, we are trying to establish, and we will succeed in establishing democratic culture. We have got free judiciary, we have got free press, and our institution, parliament is working, every institution is working. Maybe they are not doing enough, but inshallah, as time will pass, they will do. My message on this occasion is that the success of Pakistan is as reflected in the success of Pakistanis here, because Pakistanis are as dynamic as Pakistanis back home, and they have done wonders here in UK. And I'm glad that they contributed enough for the success of Olympics by dispelling the perception that we are a nation, we are a people, Muslims especially, are a people who do not want some sort of peace. Pakistan believes in peace, Pakistan believes in prosperity. For our friends in Afghanistan, Your Excellency, we believe that Afghanistan should have a Afghan-based, Afghan-oriented solution of its problem. It should not be interfered for any other country, outsiders or anybody. And it is our duty as a regional country that we should all the regional countries should join hands to help them and to help resolve their problems, but not to interfere in their affairs. We have got some problems related to superpowers, but again, superpowers are superpowers, might is right. And we have got these drone attacks and all these things, but inshallah we will overcome them as well. So ladies and gentlemen, with these few words, I would say that Pakistan was created to be a democracy, it is a democracy, and inshallah it will survive as a democracy to serve as a role model for others to follow. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. I have few things to say. There are diplomats from Brazil, Germany, France, Russia, and India. I welcome them all in this great hall, and I hope they will keep on coming. Second thing is, I've got two events to announce. One is on 11th of September in House of Commons. We have got Word After 9/11 debate, a Marxist point of view and a conservative point of view. So you do, if you like to come to that, write to me, ask me, and I will invite you. And there is a Muslim point of view as well. So there will be Marxist, conservative, and Muslim point of view. So please do come to that event. Second one is on next week, Wednesday. This book, which you are buying, and I hope you will buy, it is being discussed in House of Commons that why this book was written and why this book is not only a bridge in between Western world and Muslim world, but also reconciliation, as it has been said on that book. And the third and final thanks is to the Mr. Mayor, who is not here, but his staff has worked very hard with me to do this all event for us. But not least is my wife and kids, who have made all food at home, which we have just eaten. So I think it is homemade. There is some vegetarian, some chicken. So if you like it, give her a big kiss, all of us. And I welcome everybody and thank everybody for coming and gracing this wonderful event of Independence Day of Pakistan. And let's keep on supporting people of Pakistan getting out of this mess which whole world have created and they are facing it. Thank you very much.